The American dream is being rewritten behind closed doors, and most people are still reading the old version. While you're focused on your daily commute and monthly bills, a massive structural shift is happening in the global economy. They tell you inflation is cooling down, but your purchasing power tells a different story. I'm Cole, and today we are stripping away the government narratives to look at the cold, hard data. We are entering a period I call the Great Wealth Reset, where the middle class is the primary target of an invisible economic war. Look at the headlines, and they'll say the stock market is hitting record highs. But for the average worker, those numbers are a hollow victory. The gap between Wall Street and Main Street has never been wider. While asset prices soar, the actual value of your labor is plummeting because the currency it's paid in is being systematically debased. We are witnessing a decoupling of reality from the financial markets. The system isn't broken, it is operating exactly as intended for those who hold the keys to the printing presses. Inflation isn't just rising prices. It's a stealth tax on your time and your future. Every time more currency is printed, the hours you spent working yesterday become worth less today. It's a silent thief that steals from your savings without you ever noticing a transaction. By the time most people realize their life savings can only buy half of what they expected, it will be too late. Understanding this mechanism is the first step to financial survival in 2026. If you don't hedge, you are effectively donating your wealth to the state. In the old world, debt was a tool for growth. In the new economy, debt is a weapon of control. From student loans to skyrocketing credit card interest, the system is designed to keep you in a perpetual cycle of interest payments. High interest rates aren't just an economic lever. They are a filter that separates those with capital from those who are trapped by it. When you owe the bank owns your time. Escaping this trap requires a radical shift in how you view credit and a commitment to absolute financial sovereignty. The goal of home ownership is being replaced by a permanent rentership society. Large institutional investors are outbidding families for single-family homes, turning the American landscape into a giant corporate subscription model. They want you to own nothing and be happy, but they forget to mention that they will own everything and be powerful. When shelter becomes a speculative asset for billionaires, the social contract is officially broken. We need to analyze why this is happening and how you can still find a foothold in a market that feels rigged. Digital currencies, or CBDCs, are no longer a conspiracy theory. They are a looming reality. This shift represents the ultimate loss of financial privacy and the birth of a programmed economy. Imagine a world where your money has an expiration date or can only be spent on approved items. This isn't about convenience. It's about total oversight of every transaction you make. As we move closer to a cashless society, the importance of holding decentralized assets becomes a matter of survival rather than just an investment choice. You were told that if you worked harder, you'd get ahead. But the link between productivity and wages was severed decades ago. You are producing more value than ever for your employers, yet your standard of living remains stagnant or declining. This is the productivity trap. The excess value you create is being siphoned off by inflation and corporate overhead. To break free, you must stop selling your time for a fixed rate and start building scalable systems that work for you while you sleep. The 9-to-5 is a sinking ship. So, how do you protect yourself when the ground is shifting beneath your feet? You must diversify beyond traditional savings accounts and fiat-based assets. Hard assets, precious metals, and decentralized finance are no longer optional. They are essential bunkers in an economic storm. You need to think like an institutional investor, but act with the agility of a freelancer. Knowledge is the only asset that cannot be inflated away or confiscated. Your goal should be to build a portfolio that is resilient to the volatile swings of a controlled market. The people who will thrive in the coming decade aren't just the ones with money, they are the ones with the right information. You have to unlearn everything the education system taught you about money. Financial literacy is the new survival skill. You must become your own central bank, your own researcher, and your own advocate. The era of passive trust in institutions is over. Start questioning the official numbers and start looking at the reality on the ground. The new elite are those who see the crisis as a massive transition of opportunity. The window of opportunity to prepare for this reset is closing faster than most people realize. You can either be a victim of the math or a master of it. My mission with this channel is to give you the data and the perspective you need to stay on the right side of history. This isn't about fear, it's about preparation. Subscribe to Cole Invests as we continue to deep dive into the shifts that define our future. The path to freedom starts with a single decision to stop following the crowd. It's time to take control.